Okay, good morning everyone. This is the Diana White Show. It's Wow Friday. Thank you God, it's Friday. You better not say that if you have a job, because some people ain't got no job, and some people would like to say, thank God it's not Friday because I have a job. Okay, so let's not get too carried away with that. You see, it's Friday, so I'm wearing my I Love Me t-shirt. This is the black one. Let's go this way so you can see it clearly. Yes, there you go. And just reminding you that they are for sale on my website at dianawhitetv.webs.com. So we invite you to check it out and get yourself one, because come April 2014, on the 30th day of April, will be another celebration of you. I love me. Isn't it wonderful to love yourself and be confident and know who you are? My goodness, there are so many other things in life that could keep you down, so don't allow yourself to keep yourself down. You need to motivate you to be you. Thankful to God for how He made you, because there are so many other things going on this planet that is sure to drive you crazy. So where do we start this morning? It's Wow Friday, and you know, we have a Wow Friday winner today, because it was so shocking. It's still unbelievable. I'm still thinking about it and wondering if Rick Santorum kind of went a little crazy. But anyway, did you say I love me today? You should have. Because if you didn't, you need to do it right now. It's important to get yourself moving by just loving who you are, loving how God made you, and be proud of who you are. We are not saying don't add things or subtract things, but you should start at a place of loving who you are. Don't get a nose job because you see your friend getting one. Or don't get a facelift because you figure that will make you happy. It won't. You get a facelift and you're unhappy. You get a nose job and you're unhappy. You'll still be unhappy with a new nose and a new face. So make sure you start with yourself. All right, welcome to all my viewers around the world and in the United States. And we're going to start by just reminding you that the clock is ticking to October 5, when you're going to have the greatest white party you've ever seen. It's a white fundraising event that is going to be put on by Save a Life Jamaica Foundation, and it's just around the corner. I've been talking about this from how long now? Ooh, months and months and months. And it's finally coming down to the clock. So we're going to start counting down to the white fundraising event. Oh, coming up, exciting! And don't forget that part proceeds are going to go to a young woman who is suffering from a brain injury in Jamaica. So that's part of the money will go to take care of her. The president just came back from Jamaica and did great things down there by handing out wheelchairs and supplies, Pampers, what do you call them, Depends or Pampers or whatever, those kind of things, bed pads and all of that stuff. So whatever you can give to this organization, we ask you to do so. And we appreciate it when you do so. And you will feel good about doing so, because when you give, you feel good about giving. But also, the fact that you're going to give, you need to have to give. So I want you to command the blessings that God promises you in the Bible to come into your life. so you can be a blessing to someone else. How's that? Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, that is wonderful. So that's where we're going to start today, and we're going to remind you also that my first book signing is coming up October 19th. Yeah, 6 to 9 p.m. in Plantation at a place called beautiful, luxurious condo called Midtown 24 in the Alibi Room, and it's located at 700 Southwest 78th Avenue. Put that in your navy. Oh yeah, and I think John T. promised to do an interview with me the week prior to that. So we thank John T. and High Class Promotions for actually promising to do that for me. I so appreciate it. I got it on my Facebook. Thank you, John T. We appreciate, you know. And I love all of you who are giving us a thumbs up on Facebook. Please continue to do so, and please listen to those videos, watch them, all the videos that I have on there, and share them with your friends. And also don't forget that if you miss a live show of the Diana Wright Show every day, Monday through Friday at 10:30, you can go on your computer, on your iPhone, on your other smartphone, on your iPad or any other tablet, and just watch the show that you've missed and all the others that you've missed, not just that one. We want people to be, and I command you in the name of Jesus to watch the show, join me, and become part of the conversation. You can also send me your questions on Facebook, all right? And I'll answer them here. You can ask me questions, and just don't be sending me no little romantic kind of thing, you know, want to hook up. I'm not into that hookup kind of thing. Okay, so for all of you who are doing that, don't do that, because you're not going to get a response from me. All you're going to get if you get a response is God bless you or blessings or something like that, okay? I'm married, and even if I was not married, I am not one of those who want to go online to find me somebody, okay? So just not into those things. I need to, you know, it's just like buying stuff online sometimes. Yeah, you can buy my t-shirt online because, you know, it's a t-shirt and a book. But certain things, like how do you buy shoes online? How do you figure out if that shoes is comfortable, if the leather is soft enough? Because I hate me some hard shoes. Okay, if a shoes is hard, I don't care how cheap it is or how good a price it is, because you know you have some of those expensive shoes that are quite hard on your feet. All them shoes that people are paying $500 for and $1,000, and just try them on and see how comfortable they are. They're not necessarily that comfortable, okay? Shoes should be nice and soft and comfortable, okay? Keep that in mind. So, you know, I'm not into finding love online, so don't try to pick me up online, because I'm not available to be picked up, and even if I was available, that's not my style. How about that? That's my humility for today. Anyway, just want to let you know that lots of news in Wow Friday. Yeah. Lots of news in Wow Friday. But my goodness, in Montana, that teacher at 49 who raped a 14-year-old student, who the student eventually killed herself because she was being teased by her classmates. Cruel. Young people can be so cruel to each other. And the teacher who raped her is now out of prison after serving 1 month. Crazy things happening in Montana. So yes, they're going to try to appeal and get a new trial. The judge, is that judge smoking something? The judge is saying, oh, the girl looked like she was older than 14. So the fact that you look older than 14, that means someone, your teacher has a right to rape you? Oh my gosh. The minimum sentence for that crime in that state is 2 years. So how did he end up with the month? Does he know the judge or something? Oh. Inquiring minds want to know. So, oh my goodness, it's just some crazy stuff, you know, like listening to, let's start the wow here. Michelle Bachmann. Aren't you just praying for the day oh my goodness, this is her last time. She's not running again. Praise God. Thank you, Jesus. Obamacare, she says, will kill women, kill babies, kill senior citizens. What a piece of crap. Have you ever heard such crap in your life? And then Ted Cruz is now getting help from Sarah Palin. That's another wow. And Rush Limbaugh. And Mr. Ted Cruz just kind of found out that not all waitresses are single parents. He kind of think that single parents are all waitresses? Is that what? Who told him that? Does he also, I think he also found out this week that Harvard and Princeton graduates can be dumb, stupid, and they can't count? And when you're trying to seek publicity and be the guy in town, the new guy in town, and you want to get your face on every TV monitor in the country and around the world, the way to do it is not by shutting down the government. The way to do it is not by lying to people that you can actually repeal Obamacare. Because when people find out, come October 1, when they sign up for those exchanges, and come January 1, when it's all blown, and people realize they can get insurance for $11 a month, maybe. And those of you in Georgia and Kentucky and those kind of states that are trying to lie to pretend as if it's a state coming up with these things, and it's not Obamacare, oh wow. If only God was like man. That's all I need to say about that. He would really do some damage to crazy people and lying people. Isn't that one of the 10 Commandments? You should not lie. Hello. Wow. So Mr. Ted Cruz is learning, I think he's learned a lot of lessons over the past couple of weeks and the couple of months that he was lying to all the people and firing them up and making them crazy just like him. All in the wake of being known. Can you see the fight within the Republican Party right now? Oh my God, the senior senators are really getting to the Tea Party people. They're mad as hell and they're not taking it anymore. So you gotta watch that. And when you're gonna vote these days, if you're gonna vote, because 2014, I think we should all stay home and teach them a lesson. And our governor here that's trying to block those people that are going out to sign up people for Obamacare, oh, you know, some smarter people just kind of usurped him. Because if you don't own the building, my brother, you can't tell people what to do in the building. How about that? And since the state does not own all the health facilities, you are not in control, Mr. Governor. So while you're driving and taking your plane rides around the world, you might want to get some facts straight too. Hoo-hoo. Wow. Okay. And not good news. It's a wow news for Apple and their new iPhone, iOS. What is it? The Zoom animation thing that they have? The new iPhone is making people nauseous. Whoa. Okay, Apple, you know, you need to remember the last time it was the maps that are making people lost. So now the iOS is making people nauseous and sick. One person said it was like being in a car and trying to read while you drive. No, Apple, you cannot have that. I love Apple, you know, and Apple is one of those companies when you complain about something, they try to fix it. Been there, done that with them. Love Apple, love their products. I think they're a little crazy when they try to change the products too often. And, why don't they just wait until they have all the corks ironed out and then put the thing out instead of trying to racing to market? And it's no good. Cars are like that too. Some of these damn cars they're putting it out with all these computer things and all these crazy things going on at one time. And could they just hold the car until they're sure these things actually work before they put it out there, and then you have to suffer as a consumer when you buy it? You have to be taking it back to the shop, back. Okay, come on, people. Put out the products when they're ready to go to market, when you have tested them. Make every product like the Rolls Royce. Why don't we do that? Do I know anyone who owns a Rolls Royce? Yes, I do. My good friend in Miami owns one. I should call and ask him if he had any problems with his Rolls Royce when he had it. I don't know if he has it anymore, because I think someone stole it because he left it open with the key in the car, thinking no one would be brave enough, after I kept telling him, you cannot do that. There's going to be some brave, crazy person who's going to take that car for a spin. And they did. Isn't it wonderful when you have like a sixth sense that you can walk into a room and you can just figure that that person over there is evil and you shouldn't sit close to them, or that person or persons over there was just talking about you in a nasty way? Isn't it wonderful how your spirit, led by God, just leads you to know the right things and operate in the supernatural? Yes. And you should command the things. I was listening to Gloria Copeland last night, late. And she was talking about how she commanded the fact that she wanted that particular house. She commanded the fact that she wanted her furnishings. She commanded the fact that the house would be paid for and it would be debt-free. And you have to command positive things in your life, despite the fact that other people are out there thinking you're crazy. So if you want a better life, command it and then do the things. Take action. That's all the secret was about. Commanding things into being. That's the reason in Hebrews it tells you that faith is the evidence of things hoped for. The evidence of things not seen. Okay? Things hoped for. Just imagine that you have it. See it. If it's a car you want, drive that car. I'm not telling you it's going to come tomorrow, because sometimes it takes 40 years for you to get that car that you dream of. 30 years. Whatever it is that you're hoping for, don't think it's going to come right now. Sometimes it does, because sometimes you're amazed. You pray for something and God just gives it to you right away. And another time, you're waiting and you're going, God, are you still there? Do you still like me? Am I good or am I bad? Patience. I pray for that every single day, because I will get mad. If people are talking crap, I'm going to get mad. Because I simply want to speak the truth. You know, you have a group of people and then people are pretending and acting around and skipping around because no one wants to speak the truth. I am your truth maker, your truth talker in the group, always. And I'm like that with my family, with my friends. And if you don't like me, keep on moving, because that's okay. You should never force anyone to like you or love you. I heard a preacher saying the other day, I'm sick and tired of people who talk about they're trying to love me. They're working on it. I don't want no one to try to love me. You either love me or you hate me. And if you hate me, bye. Because I love me. Okay? That's the important thing. So we see now, here's another really, really, really big wow. I was watching CNBC, and they have a program about filthy rich and all the people are robbing people and that kind of stuff, and the guy from Guinea who runs a country that's so poor yet his son has the biggest house in Malibu, California, and that kind of stuff. Okay? But I kind of leave those people to God, because I think God will take care of them eventually. But here we go. So I'm watching the show, and the announcer says, did you know that rich people are the most paranoid people on the planet? So I tuned in a little closer. And then he says, here are the reasons why. 1, they run out and they buy gold and then they bury it in their backyards. 2, they go around the world and they buy properties. So when anything bad goes on in the United States, or they think the United States is going to fall or whatever, they just jump on a plane and escape to their foreign homes. And then lastly, he says, and then after doing those 2 things, they go to Kansas and purchase a luxurious bunker. Minimum price, $1.5 million. And you gotta come with cash, brother. You gotta come with cash, my lady. Cash. And then they have this Queen of Versailles, some Versailles mansion being built in somewhere in Florida here. I think it's Tampa. With how many bedrooms and bathrooms and whatever. And the lady's closet is upstairs, downstairs, and it's bigger than, it's 2,000 square feet. My house is not even 2,000 square feet. Seriously. Okay. So people, like Oprah said years ago, people are living well in America, whether you like it or not. And don't you ever envy the people who have all that money. Because what they do to get that money, you might not do. What they do to keep that money, you might not do. So don't envy, don't hate, don't be jealous. Just stay on your own course. Be content in your own course. Live in humility, but my golly, I want you to live expecting miracles every single day. Command the things that you want in your life and live in the supernatural. Because our spirit is supernatural. That's what guides us. They tell you about that little small. I hate that word, little small. I hate that. But anyway, that's what people normally say. It's either little or it's small, okay? Little voice that's in you. You're going to do something and there's a voice going, I don't think you should do that. And you're ignoring the voice because you, in the flesh, in your body, in your casing, wants to do that. But there's a small voice going, not so sure. You sure you want to do that? Nah. And then you allow someone else to convince you that you need to do that. And then it doesn't turn out so right. Sometimes you just got to listen to that voice that speaks to you. That is indeed your spirit, my friend. Don't think the pastor alone has the spirit. Each and every one of us have that spirit inside of us. And trust me, if you want something bad enough and if you focus on it long enough, it normally comes to reality. Even if you're trying to search for someone, it comes to reality. My goodness, even through Facebook. Okay, so here is what is a wow, disgusting story. A conservative radio host in Santa Cruz, California, told a joke this week suggesting former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton should be shot. What? Patch reports KSCO radio host Georgia, quote unquote, told a joke involving Clinton asking past presidents what she could do to better serve people. When Clinton asks Lincoln for advice, he tells her, quote, go to the theater. This isn't the first time, actually, that a conservative, crazy radio host has targeted Clinton with a harsh joke. In May 2013, radio host Pete Santilli said Clinton should be shot in the vagina. Are these people for real or what? For being involved in the killings of American troops? did Hillary Clinton got herself involved in American troops? Yeah, she voted for the war, but so did a lot of other people, including President Bush, who was the head of the whole lie, WMDs. So why are people so vile when they talk about, hopefully, Madame President? Oh my goodness, how mean are we? And I heard another host online talking about she and Uma, who is that crazy wiener's wife, are lesbians. And why do people just sit down and come up with these bad things about others? Love, and I bet you any money, if I go and check and meet Pete Santilli, and then I meet this guy who calls himself Georgia in Santa Cruz, California, they don't love who they are. Because when you don't love yourself, you find a way to be mean and wicked to others. So you should start from the place of I love me. And I want you to also, why am I promoting them anyway? It's Wife Appreciation Day, September 22nd of each year, I gather. I should be promoting just my own, but no, I'm not selfish. Don't want to be. So here's another wow. Remember Issa? Despite coming up empty after relentlessly pursuing the IRS scandal, Home Oversight Committee Chairman Darrell Issa, remember him, is having a pretty good year despite the fact that he's trying to get you to take on all these scandals. Get what he was doing. That's because the California Republican has finally nabbed the top spot on roll call's 50 richest members of Congress. Surprising? Huh. And now, I'm not surprised, he's now passed up his other good friend, Republican Michael McCaul from Texas. I guess he's invested in a whole lot of oil that you and I don't know about, who has held the title for the last 2 years. I guess these guys, when they have all this money and they go to Congress and they make some more money, because that now gives them power and visibility, and they're on television and driving you crazy every day, and while they're trying to cut everything that you get, their pockets are growing exponentially. Oh my goodness, wow. Anyway, let's see here. Issa reportedly has a net worth of $355.38 million. Well, above any of his Capitol Hill colleagues, and he's more than 5,000 times richer than his average constituent. Why are you voting in all these rich guys anyway? You need to vote in some guys who are just as poor as you are. Maybe, just maybe, they might think about you when they get there, because they're poor too. But the rich guys, they only want power. That's it. Do you think that Mitt Romney really wanted to be president to help you? No, he wanted to be president to have power. And according to his wife, Ann, it's our time now. How the hell does it come to be your time to be the president? Is the presidency promised to anyone in particular? Hoo-hoo. Cuckoo. Anyway, the median household income in his district is $68,129. The median net worth among American households was $68,828 in 2011. And that's according to the census data. Thanks to a blockbuster year in the financial markets, Mr. Issa, Chairman Issa, Mr. Chairman Issa, no stranger to this list, is worth at least $135 million more than he was worth last year. Imagine that. So Issa wasn't the only lawmaker to benefit handsomely from the bill and the bull market. The average net worth of the 50 richest members of Congress rose more than 17% this year, and the year is not yet complete. It took a net worth of at least $6.67 million to make up the top 50. Roll Call compiles this list by going through every member of Congress's financial disclosure statements, calculating their net worth by subtracting their total minimum liabilities from their total minimum assets. But since members report their assets and liabilities in broad ranges, their true asset, liability, and net worth totals are likely to be much, much higher than this report says. So ISA could be way richer than we think. Ooh, ouch. And now they want to be exempted from some of the things in Obamacare? Mr. President, watch those exemptions that you're giving. It's going to backfire. Okay. Let's go a little overseas now as we welcome you from around the world and in the United States. If you're selling a product like pasta, you don't want to offend your customers, okay? Please don't do that. Just like Mr. Schultz, if Mr. Schultz should come out and you know, say something crazy about his customers, he will suffer. So here you go. Mr. Barilla, you know that pasta that you see on the shelf with the box that says, the blue box with the red thing that says Barilla? He's the chairman of the world's leading pasta manufacturer. He prompted calls for a consumer boycott after telling Italian radio his company would never use a gay family in their advertising. Quote, I would never do a commercial with a homosexual family, not for lack of respect, but because we don't agree with them. Ours is a classic family where the woman plays a fundamental role. Barilla, Mr. Barilla is 55 years old, said in an interview with Radio 24, Barilla, one of the best-known pasta brands around the world, is one of Italy's biggest advertisers, and for many years has used the image of a happy family living in an idealized version of the Italian countryside with the slogan, where there's Barilla, there's home. So where there's Barilla, we won't buy. How about that, Mr. Barilla? In the interview, Barilla said he opposed adoption by gay parents, but was in favor of allowing gay marriage, okay, that's confusing, which is not legal in Italy. His comment about advertising was in response to a direct question about whether he would ever feature a gay family in his company's commercials. If gays, quote, like our pasta and our advertising, he says, they'll eat our pasta. If they don't like it, then they will not eat it, and they will eat another brand. Wow. Well, you see, when people are so rich and so worldwide and figure that people can do without Barilla pasta, yes, you can. You can. You don't need the starch anyway. How about that? And there's so many other brands. Did he know? Or he thought that Barilla was the only brand? Wow. Aurelio Mancuso, head of gay rights group Equality Italia, said this. Mr. Barilla's comments were an offensive provocation and called for a boycott of the company's pasta, sauces, and snacks. We accept the invitation from the Barilla owner to not eat his pasta. Mancuso said many Italians use social media to voice support for a boycott. Alessandro Gzan, a gay member of parliament, said this on Twitter. And I'm quoting now, you can't mess around with consumers, including gay ones. So, Mr. Barilla, if you're trying to sell pasta to people around the world, you don't go, you're offending a whole big group of people. And sometimes when those people who are advertising that happy family thing, just be a fly on the wall and see what goes on in that family. Because obviously he sounds like he is in charge in his house. And his wife just doesn't have a chance. We'll take a break and come back to you in just a moment. Yes, we will. How about that? There we go. We will take a break now. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well, because I'm inviting you to my first book signing, and that will take place October 19th from 6 to 9 p.m. It's going to be in Plantation at the Midtown 24. The address is 700 Southwest 78th Avenue, and that's of course in Plantation. We ask you to join us from 6 to 9 p.m. and if you need further information, please give me a call at 561-228-1921. I'm inviting all my friends and supporters to come out and let me autograph your book for you if you already purchased the book. But if you haven't, it will be there on sale. And if we run out, wow, I will find a way to get you your copy by mail. So bring 10 friends. And if you bring 10 friends, what I promise to do is give you an autographed copy of my book, Deadly Negligence. So I promise you that this book, when you read it, it will give you hope. It will increase your faith, and it will let you believe in miracles again. So do join me October 19th from 6 to 9 p.m. for the book signing of Deadly Negligence, taking place at Midtown 24. The Alibi Room, that is, and it's at 700 Southwest 78th Avenue in Plantation. And there'll be lots and lots of things going on, and you don't want to be late because I want you to absorb everything. And I promise you that this story and this experience will be a captivating one. So join me October 19th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Alibi Room at Midtown 24, 700 Southwest 78th Avenue, and that's in Plantation, Florida. Look forward to seeing you, meeting you, and greeting you, and of course sharing my testimony with you. Have a great evening, and take care, and be blessed. Remember the magic words: I love me. Okay, alrighty, all right, okay, we're back. Yes, we're back. We know sometimes the signal has a delay, so we got to make sure that we're actually back with you. So that's it. We're inviting you to my first book signing. Oh, it's going to be exciting. There's going to be a raw food demonstration there, and you know, Dax is arranging up that, and the chef will be there to show you how you can eat the raw foods. I am going to need some convincing, but you know, that's why we're going to be there. And something great happened in California this week, and that's another wow story. That is Governor Jerry Brown. He signed into law $10 an hour. So July 1, 2014, it will go to $9, and then $10 in January 1st, 2016. So we're happy for that. And of course, the Republicans voted against it. So what do you know, what else do you want to know? What else do you want to know? The Republicans voted against that. Because according to the Republicans, people are going to have to close their businesses and automate. Not all jobs can be automated. Republicans, mean-spirited ones. Okay, my next wow story is this one. Priest resigned voluntarily because he had a baby. Or he gave someone a baby. Or he hooked up with a woman and made a baby. Which one do you want to take? Okay, so he's asking for forgiveness. Yes, we should forgive. We should, definitely, because forgiveness, it frees you. Don't worry about the other person and how bad, how much better they're going to feel. you're going to feel better too when you forgive. But should we continue to listen to the lies of people who have power, like ministers, and think that their life is perfect? No, you shouldn't think that their life is perfect, because it's not. The only perfect life, I think, was it Jesus? Because I don't think Jesus' life was perfect either, because look at how badly he was treated. If you go to Orlando and you watch that crucifixion, and you've actually watched television programs about it and all that, but when you go to, and why am I plugging TBN's thing anyway? When you go, you actually, it feels like you were actually there in those days. It's etched in your memory. I mean, when you see it on television, it's fine, it's real. But when you see it in Orlando, oh my goodness, it's so real, it actually just keeps you, I just can't get the images out of my mind. Him being dragged with a cross and being beaten by all these savage people and then being nailed to that cross. I'm talking to you now and I feel like I'm there in Orlando watching it again. It's so powerful. So I don't really think that, Jesus' life was that great. Yes, he died for all our sins so we can sin and be forgiven. But how many times do we have to listen to this? Oh, Mr. Booker from Jersey, he's a wow story too. He's also downplaying his tweet to the vegan stripper. And I am just simply wondering if people are not learning lessons. Look at what Weena went through. Look at what President Clinton went through. Have we not learned anything from other people's mistakes? I believe that there are some mistakes that you really don't need to make yourself. You need to just look at someone else's life and say, oh no, I don't want to go there. And that's kind of hard to convince your children to do. Because, when you're trying to save them from a disaster, they want to just go headlong and experience it for themselves. And you're going as mom, well, if someone had told me, because no one told us, anyone that's 50 and older, or even 40 and older, your parents don't talk about sex. They don't want to talk about the vagina and the penis and what it does. Their parents still telling their children that, babies come from the sky. What rubbish. But what we need to do is speak the truth. Your vagina is a part of your body. God gave it to you. And my advice to all young women out there, do you notice how far he put it? Because he wanted you to protect it. That's your gold. So you need to protect it. And not just give it to any Dick and Harry. Yeah, some people might think you are, but you're really not. Because, people like to be stupid enough to think if you're hanging out with a guy friend or whatever, you're sleeping with them. That's such stupid baloney. You should be able to have a guy friend, and that guy does not try to get into your pants. And there are lots of guys, like, no wonder some women just love gay friends, gay guys, because they ain't going to try to get into your pants. But not all guys have to be gay to not want to get into your pants. You can have a wholesome friendship with someone, and they've never, ever, ever. Like I can say that about John T., who I've been friends with for years, and when we hang out when I was on WABS, people are always thinking that we're going on. Neither myself or John ever saw each other in that light. We were just friends. So why can't we just accept that? And the parents who have sons, you need to teach them about their penis and what damage it can cause when they have sex before getting married, or sex without a condom if you're being realistic. And then they get the girls pregnant and they leave the girls with all the responsibility. Yeah, we understand that in the Spanish culture they put you out when you're 15 or 14. But that's not something we need to adopt. That's their culture. Let them deal with their culture. I love their food and everything else. But we don't need to adopt all the bad things. Like in some Caribbean countries, they'll adopt every Jesus Christ thing from America. But when it comes to work ethic, being on time, doing 8 hours of work, a day work, doing your best at your job, not trying to cheat the boss here and there, they don't adopt those things. Why is that? Have you asked yourself that question? Well, I'm asking you to think about it today. And if you're a mother of a son, teach your son. Don't be afraid to address the penis and the vagina. And if you're a mother of daughters, you need to tell them the truth. Speak truth to your children. Sometimes they'll laugh and think you're crazy. Like my daughter would say, "Oh, Mom, you're crazy." But she absorbs it. Because I will try to tell her some things and make it a joke out of it. But she gets it. And sometimes I'll be really serious. So, just, giving you a little advice. Come on, people. We need to just get it on and stop being so fake. Everybody needs to be truthful. Speak your truth, man. Whether you're a priest or not. If you're a priest and you found someone you love and you want to go have sex and have babies, tell your congregation and don't wait until a child is born to do so. Simple. So, we forgive you. But we need you to be frank and truthful. Stop lying to people. Okay. Here's my winner for this week of the Wow. Can you guess? Rick Santorum. The Mr. telling the President Obama that he's a snob because he wants everybody to go to college. The Mr. Rick Santorum who ran for president and portrayed his wife and his family as the happy, happy people that we all should dream of. Yet in the background, what was he doing? Okay, my phone likes to ring, when and some crazy, some of these crazy what do you call it, area codes, and they're calling you to try to sell you something or say some stupid stuff or tell you that, oh, you've won a vacation. How lucky could I be to win a vacation that I didn't even apply for? And then some of them will go, oh, well, thank you for applying you filled out a form for a vacation. No, I didn't. We'll take a break and come back in just a moment. Just a moment. That's what we'll do. Hello, everyone. It doesn't matter who you are, how rich you are, how poor you are. But there has to be a point in your life, and you will come to that point, where you have to take someone you love to the hospital. But have you ever considered that you could take that loved one, in my case, my only child, to the hospital in a normal state, and then you leave 5 months later, brain damaged, in a wheelchair, without your senses? This is my true story, Deadly Negligence, the book. Available on Amazon and at my website, dianawrighttv.webs.com. I'm asking you today to get a copy. Support my story. Let us get this out there, because this story will captivate you. It will shock you. It will give you hope. It will increase your faith and make you believe in miracles again. Thank you for picking up your copy today. And just in case you know Oprah Winfrey or Tyler Perry or Mr. Levinson, let them know this is worth a movie. Thank you. Get your copy today. Okay, we are back with you and we welcome you from around the world and in the United States. And before I continue, just want to remind you that come October 5, it's just around the corner right now. We're going to have the biggest bash in Palm Beach County, but it's a bash that is raising funds to save lives. It's called the White Fundraising Event of 2013, and it's for a good cause to help those who cannot help themselves. And of course, president of the foundation is Naflet Gale, and she is putting on the bash of a lifetime. So you need to come and join us October 5. It starts at, dinner will be served at 9:30. So you want to get there and eat and enjoy the fun and the music and everything else. And there's going to be lots and lots of giveaways. And guess what? I'm going to give away one of my shirts. One of my I Love Me t-shirts will be a gift. I'm still kind of thinking if I'm going to give you an autographed copy of my book. I'm thinking about that, but you know, we'll see how the evening flows. And see if you're nice enough to give some more extra money to help those people who can't help themselves in Jamaica and around the world. We're starting with Jamaica, and because, you know, she's from there and wants to help the people from where she came from, her district in Manchester and St. Elizabeth too. So just want to invite you to join us for that big event. October 5. You can try to get there at 9 o'clock so you can sit and relax and enjoy your meal and all those good things. And your meal will be made to order. It's not going to be that walking up and down stuff and, you know, helping yourself and, you know. You will actually get to order your meal and get it right then. Yeah? And it's all for a good cause. And of course, we're helping a young lady in Jamaica who's had a brain injury. So, you know, we want to keep that in mind. You'll get to see a picture of the young woman that you're actually giving the money for to help, because part proceeds will go to that. So you will actually get to see her photo, and there'll be lots and lots of prizes and surprises. So come on out, have yourself some fun while you are able to give. And if you don't have anything white, I don't believe you. Every single person on the planet has something white in their closet. But if you don't have something white, we invite you to come anyway. Come and join the party for a good cause. Save a Life Jamaica Foundation giving you the event of the year, a white fundraising event. Take off the party if you don't want to say you go to a party. Because you know some of these Christians who are fake Christians anyway talking about, I don't want to go to no party. Jesus was at a wedding at the first miracle. Remember turning water into wine? And even though I don't drink wine, just think about it. Do you think that they were all sitting at the wedding like this? No, they were enjoying themselves. And when was the last time you went to a wedding? So Jesus had to have been a guy who likes weddings and fun. Because I can't imagine him just sitting in a corner doing nothing at a wedding. So he turned water into wine. Well, I don't promise you any miracles like that. The only miracle I'm expecting is for the young woman to get better. So, wherever you are around the world and in the United States, please join the conversation. Give me a call at 561-228-1921. We discuss issues around the world that includes love, sex, and life in general. So join me Monday through Friday, 561-228-1921. That's 561-228-1921. Wherever you are around the world and in the United States, please join the conversation. Give me a call at 561-228-1921. We discuss issues around the world that includes love, sex, and life in general. So join me Monday through Friday, 561-228-1921. That's 561-228-1921. Okay, we are back, and I command the coughing to stop right now. Health to all my flesh. You know, the flu season is coming in and is trying to attack. I will not allow it to attack because I have health to all my flesh. And you should command the same thing. No flus this year, and I don't need to take a shot either. Because, you know, do you know what they have in those shots? So you don't want to take those shots. Well, let's get back to Mr. Santorum here. So Mr. Santorum said he had no choice in filing for divorce and leaving his wife with all them 7 children. He explains, and he's blaming homosexuals for ruining his marriage. He said every year more and more of them get married, and every year the relationship with my wife get worse. Was it worse in 2012 when you all were prancing around, acting like the best and the most happily family in the world? Remember those days? So, he says this. Ever since the Supreme Court struck down DOMA, we've been sleeping in separate rooms. The power of DOMA. The Marriage Act actually did that? Oh, DOMA, you're more powerful than I thought you were. It's like I don't even know who she is anymore, he says. That is what the gays want, to destroy the institution of marriage. Are gay people destroying the institution of marriage, or are gay people trying to get married? Is Rick Santorum, is he twisted or what? And then he says, we won't be the last, meaning they won't be the last couple to be destroyed by homosexuality. According to the filing, the pair have agreed to split all assets equally. I have to take another break. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, but I do. I have to take another break. Ha ha ha. Hello everyone. This is a season of giving, and I'm asking you to consider one of your gifts to be Deadly Negligence, written by yours truly, Diana Wright. A story that will give you hope, make you mad, shock you sometimes, but is bound to increase your faith and make you believe in miracles again. So please, give Deadly Negligence as a gift, as the gifting season begins to heat up. I am depending on you to do this for me. Thank you so much, and be the proud person to give a gift of the book Deadly Negligence. It's available on Amazon.com and on my website DianaWrightTV.webs.com. Thank you so much for my viewers around the world and in the United States. Be blessed. Okay. And seriously, we're back, but I have to blame this on Mr. Santorum because, you know, I'm wanting to laugh and I shouldn't because this is serious business. But I'm serious. He's making me cough just coming to the story. So he's blaming the homosexuals. I'm blaming him for my coughing. So he says, quote, the real problem was in the bedroom, he says. My wife kept complaining that I talked too much about gay sex while we were making love. I was just trying to explain how all the anal and oral things they do, how filthy they are and disgusting compared to our intercourse. Now, why would Mr. Santorum think his wife want to hear that? Oh my gosh. But apparently my wife didn't appreciate hearing about bears and twinks while I was inside of her. I don't know how this reporter got Mr. Santorum to say these things. I'm reading the story. I've read it over and over. I've researched it. I've gone to different sites to make sure it's actually so. Santorum says he's ready to move on and has already started leasing a bachelor pad in Logan Circle in Washington, D.C. Single life, he says, is going to be hard. He laments when he said that. Quote, there aren't a lot of women interested in an aging father of 7. I might have to get creative about who I date. What does that mean? Creative about who you date? I truly don't know. No. This is a story that wins the Wow Big Friday Award. Rick Santorum, the parading happy family, getting a divorce and he had no choice, and he's blaming DOMA and homosexuals. Think about that for the weekend. Wow, it's time to go. Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been a very interesting Wow Friday. Coughing, and I excuse myself, and I'm so sorry, but you gotta cough when you gotta cough. So, hope you don't catch anything over the weekend, because I am making sure now that I go take me some zinc. Thank you so much for joining me from around the world and in the United States. This is Diana Wright, and we're live, and this is the Diana Wright Show. So we continue to do this on Monday. Have a great weekend, a blessed one, and if you left something, set it free. If it comes back, it's yours. If it doesn't, it was never yours. Keep saying the 3 magic words, I love me. Keep being confident and loving yourself. Live in humility and always expect miracles and live in the supernatural. Take care and be blessed.